Welcome back to my channel. What's poppin', me? I know y'all just saw me with this exact same outfit, with this exact same hair, but I have a lot on my mind today. Like I want to talk. Like I'm gonna let y'all know what's good, what's popping, how I'm feeling, and right now I'm feeling like talking about love. Yeah, the L word. Time after time again, I've found myself in a position telling someone that they do not love me. And time after time, I've told people that I love them, but I've never been in love. And I know for sure I've never been in love. I've really strongly cared for people in my life, and there's been times where I misconstrued that feeling of affection for love, when in reality I was just afraid to lose them. So that feeling of affection intensifies, and I feel it's more of like an addiction or a fear than love in and of itself. I love my family dearly, and that love is more out of not even really obligation. It's just, I don't know, they were born to me. Like, they were born in my presence. They was born with affection for me, and so I for them. Whereas when it comes to people outside of your family, it's like you just don't know where they're coming from. You don't know the intentions. You don't know what they've been jaded by, how they've been affected in life, what led them to the way they express themselves this day. So like I was saying, there's been a lot of times where someone would be like, I love you, or yeah, pretty much I love you, and I just had to stop and be like, excuse me, because like I don't take that lightly. I don't want to hear you just say that to me just because you feel like you're supposed to. Like, if someone tells me they love me, I want them to actually mean it. And to me, love is a mixture of a lot of things. Again, love always seems so vague. For me, when I think of love, I think of respect first and foremost. And I don't care if you have a problem with me saying this. I don't know why people have a problem with me saying this. Y'all don't understand what respect is, okay? If you have a problem with me saying that you should respect the person that you love, then there's something wrong with you. And you most likely have a serious ego problem, like an extreme ego problem. Because that's the only way. To me, how I define respect is not anyone putting anyone above anyone else. No. Respect is consideration, it's manners, and it's mindfulness. It's being mindful of other people's situation. So I expect that anytime you enter any situation with any group of people, you come in with a significant amount of respect, period. Yes, over time, you may develop more respect for one individual than you initially had for them, just because respect is something that builds up. Like, if you have a conversation with someone, I was talking to someone the other day, and we talked about this. If you have a conversation with someone, and you realize that they were able to be calm and collected the whole time, and it was a discrepancy, and y'all was calm and collective, y'all came to results, and y'all was cool, y'all agreed to disagree, or y'all came to another agreement, you gain respect for that person because you're like, wow, that kind of responsibility is admirable. I gain respect for you, right? And in the same way, if you walk into a situation with that same consistent amount of respect and that person disrespects you, then you have every right not to respect them. Like, that's all on your part. But for you to say that you want someone to earn your respect, or that you want someone like is acquired, or it's something that you gain over time, and you just come into the situation being disrespectful and you expect that person to fight for it, that's toxic. That's disgusting. I don't like that. Yes, this is my personal opinion, but I feel it strongly, and I feel like it should be a worldwide opinion. You do not come into a situation disrespectful, expecting to receive respect in return. Not about it. I go on so deep about talking about respect because when someone tells me they love me, that needs to be established. That sense of respect needs to be established. I need to know that you respect not only me, but my money, my property, my time, that you understand. Sorry, I'm a little uncomfortable. I need to know that you understand like my value. And it's not to say like I don't expect to gain any value from talking to you. I don't expect to validate myself based off of how you respect me. I just need to know that you understand what level I'm at. And if you're sitting here, like, things like cheating, things like making each other jealous, that's not respect to me. That is not at all respect to me. If you think that you need to make someone jealous and y'all are already in a relationship, there's an issue there. And for people who find that shit attractive, you're toxic. You're toxic. You're very toxic. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, it's okay if that, like I said, if that's your lifestyle, that's what you like, run with it. But it's not for me. And you're toxic. If you think that jealousy is healthy in a relationship. Okay. But anywho, yeah, like all those things to me all gravitate to respect. So when I see someone truly respects me as an individual, and respect is not a one-way street. Look, as much as you respect me, I'm the kind of person that I give off the energy I receive. So if you respect me, I respect you in return. And like I said, I come into a situation with full amounts of respect. So if you start disrespecting me, it's just going to steadily decline. Or it'll decline just as fast as yours, as you came in. I came in with respect, but if yours is down here from the jump, I have to adjust. And so if you've never seen that respectful part of me, that's just because you came in on the wrong level. And you came in down here, so I'm going to match your energy, and I'm coming down here. So you can't tell me that you love me if you don't respect me. Jealousy, hypocrisy, all those things are the complete opposite of respect. Like, entitlement. And you get, like, I just don't feel like those things equate to each other. So when someone tells me they love me, all these things come into play. Like, you're not thinking of the bigger picture to really love. Because when I say I want my significant other, when I say I want to fall in love, like, I mean that I want a best friend who sees eye to eye with me. Even if we disagree on certain things, we could beef it out. We could talk it out respectfully, right? Without each other getting hurt, without our feelings being a barrier from progression. We can just, vibe. Talk about it. If we agree to disagree, if we need to. But we can have that conversation. We have that mutual respect on the same level for each other. When I talk about loving someone, I want them to know that, like, when I'm like this, I'm not angry. This is not anger. I don't know why. I talk like this sometimes and people think that I'm angry. I'm not angry at all. This is just how I get when I'm, like, serious and passionate about a conversation that I'm having. I need to know, like, when I talk about love, I need to know that my significant other can understand my energy and know where I'm coming from in my heart, to understand how I'm feeling. You can't just be making assumptions about who I am and what I am. That's not love, because you don't understand me. It's impossible to love someone you don't understand, you can't comprehend, that you don't feel connected to. I just don't believe that that's possible. A lot of people these days, like, all the statistics with people getting divorces and things like that, I think it deeply comes from people just rushing into things and being like, oh my gosh, like, sex isn't that deep. And, like, I don't know, just spending an extended, like, okay. The thing about physical intimacy, right? The more time you spend with someone, the more you care for them. It might not change whether or not you love them. It might not change whether or not you respect them, but you will care for them. And you will feel something when they're not there. You will feel incomplete when they're not there. That being said, that feeling can be misplaced as a feeling of love. I need people to understand that caring for someone, that craving someone, that lust, that, wanting affection is not the same as loving someone. Being obsessed is not the same as loving someone. Love comes from a place of true and pure passion. In addition, because again, like I said, lust and obsession, that's passion. That's passionate. But love is more than just passion. Like, when you love someone, you should be really considerate and really conscious, just really considerate about that person's situation, about who they are, about how they feel. If you really care genuinely about what are they feeling, are they okay, are they happy, are they sad? And I'm not talking about you. There's a difference between, oh, how did I make them feel? Why am I making them feel? What am I doing? What am I? No, that's not love. Again, obsession. That's obsession. If you're just talking about me, that's a you thing. That's a you feeling for yourself, an obsession that you have with someone. But when you're just constantly thinking about, is she okay? How is she feeling? How did that make her feel? I wonder what she's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder if they're okay, if they're happy, if they're sad. Is there something I can do to make them feel better? How can I approach them or talk to them to make them feel comfortable? If you're just thinking about that person's reality, that is love. If all you can conceive is really personal, independent, more about me, that's an issue that you have with yourself. That's something within yourself that has nothing to do with the other person. That is a you situation. That is not love. Love is how you feel for someone else. If you're just thinking about yourself, that's not how you feel for someone else. That's about you. Do y'all understand where I'm coming from with this? Do y'all get that? This is how I feel about love, right? Okay, I'm always bringing up these posts that I see on Instagram. First said, my psychiatrist said that when you love someone, you cannot imagine being with anyone else, right? I agree to that. I agree with that. Even if you are with someone else, it may feel uncomfortable, or it feels like incomplete, or some kind of missing or lingering. But at the same time, I do believe that you feel those same feelings, when it comes to obsession. I feel like a lot of people conflict these two realities, obsession versus love. Obsession and love are not the same thing. If you do not have that person's best interest in mind, if you're not thinking about that, because going back to that quote, like the whole, if you love something, let it go, it should come back. I think personally how I interpret that in a correct manner is you should be thinking about that person's well-being, even if you may be at a loss. So for example, if you're in a relationship with someone, you care about them tremendously, you really love them, but the relationship is unhealthy and you let them go, you love that person. Even till this day, you think about them, but you let them go knowing that it wasn't healthy for either of y'all. As much as you care for them, you love that person because you would consider their situation. It might not seem like, in the moment, it might not feel like a happy decision for either of you or one of you, but you did it for their best interest, or you knew that you couldn't be on that same level as them, whether it be intimately or whether it be mentally, or whether you knew you wasn't in the right state of mind for that situation and you left them. You care for that person. And I'm not talking about on some petty stuff. I'm not talking about on some, they're gonna come back running. No, on some genuine, I don't think this is good for us because I don't think it's healthy. You care for that person. You might even love them. But that's not necessarily in love, but you strongly care for that person. You may be in, that could be someone that you were in love with or who was in love with you, and you just care for them tremendously. I respect that. But yeah, I don't know, if you just, I don't know, life is funny. I just know that love and obsession are two completely different things. For For two, love is very dependent upon respect. When I define respect, I mean consideration, mindfulness, and there was another word I said: consideration, mindfulness, and something else. You get the idea. And the opposite of that would be entitlement. Would be, see, and again, obsession. Under obsession, you would have the concepts of entitlement. Yeah, just really entitlement encompasses a lot. If you feel entitled to someone, chances are you're obsessed and you're not in love. If you feel as that person should be with yours, or should do this for you, should do that for you, should be this, should be that, because you know that's how it should be, chances are you're not in love. You're just entitled. But if you feel as if you want someone to be this, to be that, to be that, not in terms of like superficially, but like you want that person to be in your life, you want to care for that person, you want that person to be a significant other, that's different. I don't know, I'm rambling, I'm all over the place, but you know, like, I just really wanted to get that out there. But yeah, you know, love is an interesting thing. It's a weird kind of thingy. Love and obsession are not the same, are not one and the same. Yeah. Well, it was nice talking to y'all. And this little rant for today. Let me know if you want something more. Let me know if there's any topics you want me to talk about. Honestly, there's a friend of mine who was like, oh my gosh, I love having conversations with you. Like, why don't you, like, this is what you should put on your YouTube channel. So, you know, here we are talking about this stuff. I know I can go in circles sometimes. Let me know if you guys want me to just write stuff down so I'm not just rambling. If y'all cool with this style of talking. Personally, I prefer to just have it be more of a conversational kind of thing. Because yeah, I just like having conversations with people. But you know, I could talk too. You know, if y'all want to listen to my voice, we can do that. But yeah, so just let me know how you're feeling. If you enjoyed the video, what you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments below. And much love. Have a wow. I don't know where that came from. Have a great day. You know, enjoy life. Much love.